I don't know if $1 million on me.
Many people ask me, why you asking for $1 million? I'll tell you why. Because I don't want people who's not serious, they don't really want to invest, they don't really want to do anything, they just want to fuck with me and ask me those questions. No, I want to know you real. Besides my education, I have a philosophy academy certificate, degree. I have a law degree. I did many studies. Everybody told me, don't do a course that costs $1 million. First of all, my course doesn't cost $1 million. My video doesn't cost whatever. It costs whatever. It costs whatever it is. But what comes with it, me personally, with you, together, doing the thing we want to do, that's a different story. That's why I'm asking for that money. But forget about the money. I'm not asking for money right now. I just want you to be listening to me, take my information, and be happy. I was running $1 million a month as a one person, one contractor, one guy. Every day, $1 million a month was easy, was the basic. That's where I started. Money was important for me, but it never was too much. But I will tell you my secrets the way I worked. Which means, if I have $100,000 or I have $1 million to invest, what you want to do is very simple. Very simple. Just clean your head, watch a good movie, play music, and it's very simple. Are you going to take somebody like me, pay him $7,000 or $10,000 to tell him, okay, this is a good location, this is a bad location? No, I'll give you a secret, a very simple secret. My hair doesn't worth $1 million, so I don't need a fucking helmet, okay? So, just looking for a house. I don't know. It looks pretty nice. Look at the view. They want $10 million for that, but we'll see.
No, I think the course worth it.
You're getting the videos and you're getting my personal attention. Questions everybody asking me. Where should I invest? Let's say you have $1 million to invest. You heard them from your parents, $1 million. Or maybe you have just $50,000. This is the first question every real estate people know. Every investor know. Where I invest. Where I'm starting from. It can be complicated. Now, I'm giving you many philosophies for 5, 7, 8 hours about where to invest and why to invest and this and that. But I will tell you my secrets the way I worked. Which means, if I have $100,000 or I have $1 million to invest, what you want to do is very simple. Very simple. Just clean your head, watch a good movie, play music, and it's very simple. It's fine. There's a places you can invest with $100,000. With finance, without finance, doesn't matter. You can invest with $1 million or $10 million. What I want to do with real estate? Do I want to buy and sell? Do I want to buy and rent? What I want to do in real estate? There's so many things you can do in real estate. You can buy a store like in a commercial thing and rent it. Commercial unit, whatever. You can buy a whole building. You can buy a private home. There's so many things to do. So this is very important, this subject. What do I want if I want to go to real estate? Okay, let's decide that me and you, I'm going to be your friend, your mentor, whatever you want. We want to go to real estate. We decide we want to go to real estate. We have $500,000, $1 million, $2 million. We decide we want to go to real estate. Okay, what do you want to do in real estate? There's so many things you can do in real estate. You can buy storage unit, you can buy private homes, which is another, or you can buy a building. And you can buy anything of those to make a flip, which is fine, or you can buy those things to make a rent, which is a monthly income. This is a very, very basic question before we even do anything. Don't call me before you make a decision about it. Don't call me. Or maybe we want something else. Maybe we want to go to a restaurant and put $1,000,000 and you can make instead of $60,000 a year, you're gonna make $60,000 a year. It's 6%. Or you can make from a restaurant 30% a year. And now we are in the decision that we have to make. Do we want to flip house or we want to rent the house? Actually, if I want to flip a house, if I want to rent a house, it's different things. When you talk about renting a house, what you want to do is you want to find a place, a house, that will give you income, okay? So I remember in 2008, after the crazy stuff that happened in the US, find houses for $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, for example. So let's get a number. You were able to get a house for $200,000 that used to cost $500,000, but because of whatever happened in 2008, if you don't know what it is, just Google it. 2008 real estate thing. $200,000 house and rented. I'm talking about rent right now. If our decision together is that you want an income every month and you want to go for rent, we're gonna do it. I'm just about rent right now in this episode. Now, the information I'm trying to tell you is just for you to understand. It's not something that you really can understand until you do it. Give it information and do whatever you think to do. If you spend $200,000 in 2011 in a house in Vegas, which is good, and you're making $2,000 rent, it's $24,000 a year. How much you got from this $24,000 a year? Let's say you do this deal, which is a credible deal. Put $2,000, you get $24,000 back a year, gross. It's beautiful on the paper. But let's see on the real numbers. Okay, so you put $2,000, you got back 24 that a year. Let's see your expenses. It's 24. Buy a house because you want a basic income, a stable income in your life. That's fine thing. But make sure you make the right calculation. Make sure you know how much the house is really worth. Make sure you know how much the construction will be worth. I don't even talk about right now. I will talk about it later. What you have to look when you buy a house. What the things have to be that can fuck you up. There's many things that when you buy a house, no matter what you're gonna do, you're gonna lose money. But let's say you buy a good house, always make this calculation. How much the house cost you? Make sure this location is good, as we spoke about it before. I gave you some secrets how to do it. There's many secrets. I gave you some. Whoever wants my personal advice, you will get that for a good price. And you don't pay too much for the construction, and then you make the calculation of how much the rent is. If you get 5% a year, it doesn't make it too much success. Usually, a good success in real estate is going to be between 5% is good, it's going to be start good, but you want to be about 7, 8, 9% a year, which means if you invest $1 million for a house, you want to make sure you get back about 5, 6, 7, 8% a year. Stable. Otherwise, why you want to invest? Otherwise, there's many places you can put $1 million and get the money back. When you want to be a owner of renting house, another thing you have to think about, another profit most of people don't think about. When you buy a house, let's say we spoke about $1 million, and you did get 7% back, which is a good profit, which is a good back income. 7% a year for $1 million. How much is it? $70,000 a year. That's fine. So you bought a house for $1 million with the finance or whatever, with the help of your parents, with the help of your husband, your wife. You bought a house for $1 million. You're getting back rent every year, $78,000. You're expensive on the house with the taxes, with other stuff you don't even know right now until you do it. Your expensive is gonna be from 70. You'll get a total of about 50. Fine. 50,000 is about 5%. Another things you have to make into consideration is the value of the house. Many times, if you put $1 million, after 3 years, it's gonna be worth $1.5 million. So that's another profit you can get. So not only you profiting from the rent when you do a rent program, you're also getting money from the value of the house itself. Not profit. Nobody can tell you what's going to be in the future, but it's something you can take into consideration. In many places, I know people who bought a house for $50,000 and they sold for $200,000. So everything connected to each other. And remember, all we speak about in the last few chapters, it's about people who wants to rent the house. We're talking about people who wants to buy houses to get the rent. And I'm trying to cover all the subject. I'm trying to cover people who wants to buy for $100,000. I'm trying to cover the subject about people who wants to buy for $1 million. Okay? So I said one rule. If you buy for $1 million, the most chance or the percentage is going to be that you're going to be okay with the tenant. And another point is very important that I didn't bring it up before, is the management company. Management company, when it comes to rent and get stable income and get a stable somebody to take care of the house, it's very important. And I'm going to talk about it right now. Me, Joe Jacobs, I want to invest in a house to get stable income. I have $1 million. I want. Very important. What's the management company? That's worth $1 million. That's worth $200,000. Doesn't matter. The rules, the same rule. Yeah, you go to the house. You see, you're not a contractor. You're nobody. You're just a teacher. You're a policeman. Whatever. But you want to invest in a house. You want to invest $1 million. You want to invest $100,000. What do? People, brokers don't want to talk about it. Contractor, you go to the house. I'm going to talk as a contractor. Somebody who was a contractor for many years. You go to the house. You look at the house. What you need to have done. You go downstairs in the basement and you look at stuff. Okay. Let me tell you few points, very important points that can make the difference between win or lose. And it doesn't matter if you want to be a guy who gets rent from the house or you want to be a flip. When you want to buy a house, you want to look at the house. That's fine. I call it, when you look at the house, a cosmetic job or hardcore job in every house. It's like a car. You want to just do cosmetic like paint, leather, or chairs or stuff like that, cosmetic job. Or you want to do hardcore. When it comes to cosmetic, it's easy. When I call cosmetic, I call it paint, floor, roof. That's cosmetic. The hardcore jobs in every house, it doesn't matter if the house worth $200,000 or the house worth $1 million or $2 million. You want to go to the basement. You want to look at the foundation and how it looks under the house. Because you can see over there everything. You can see air conditioning and you can see the foundation. There's a problem in those things, in the plumbing, electric. If you see a real problem, we're gonna get to it. What's the big problem? The real problem is real problem. You have to change the plumbing. You have to change the electric. You have to change the foundation. Anything of what I said in the real hardcore of the house, don't get into it. Just do not get into it at all. If you see a problem with the fucking foundation, don't do it. Even if they give you the fucking house for free, don't do it. I'm here to really be the mentor, the guide, make it happen. You don't have to start with $1 million actually. You can start with $100,000, that's fine. But what we want to do, how we want to go forward. With $100,000 cash, you can make good deals. Implementation. I saw people become.
Trying to push this motherfucker out.
This.
It doesn't move.
I have friends of mine, partners of mine that are worth $100 million right now, and they started with nothing. Do it, you know. Not just me. You can do it with somebody else. That's fine. But remember all the points we spoke about. Go follow the rules. Make decisions, see what's good for you. Yeah, I'm willing to give my information and my experience. And like I said, I have more than 20 years in construction and real estate. I have companies who run for millions. I have more than hundreds of employees, and I know what I'm talking about. That's it. Knowledge. You should pay $1 million, and I'm gonna make sure you're gonna make more.
My hair doesn't worth $1 million. I don't even fucking helmet. Okay? Let's go.